How important is a man's sperm to his physical, mental, and spiritual health? What effect does lust have on our lives, and what effect does it have spiritually? In this video we will find out. Understand these aspects of adultery and lust. You see, we are also animals. We have physiological aspects, and we cannot hide like it. It is always there. The body has its needs just like there is physical hunger we need to eat. Similarly, we also have our sexual instinct. We should approach it according to its nature, but currently now the problem in the world is that the religious organizations of the world have expressed the attitude that these aspects of human physiology are wrong. Because of this communication, some cultures have started to hide it. We also begin to hide it because we are afraid of being condemned, but hiding it does not mean it is gone. It seems that the more we hide it, the more it reveals our true nature. So should we hide it or encourage it? We don't just talk about pornography, we talk about human physiological aspects. When we talk about human physiological aspects, we don't see it as something wrong, we just consider it as a side aspect of life. In the physical aspect, like temple art, you see statues representing human cultures. You can only look at them. You cannot change or penetrate them. We are always passers-by, and considering it as something outside the scope of life, we cannot try to go deeper, but at the same time we cannot deny its presence, neither glorifying nor denying it as an important aspect like religion. In the middle of Lao Tzu and the equanimity of Buddhism, we are always balanced and neutral towards all viewpoints outside of ourselves. The first thing is how important a man's sperm is to his physical, mental, and spiritual health. Sperm is the basis for your physical existence. Whether you are a man or a woman, you need sperm to survive in this world because it accounts for 50% of the human production process. We have skin and epithelial cells, we have hair and many other parts of the body like heart, liver, kidney, and many other things. These cells play a certain role in the body in its own way. As for sperm, it plays an extremely important role because it can create a new life. Today, one can take an epithelial cell and conduct it in the laboratory, and it can be cloned into a new life. People exactly like you. But even though science is so advanced, it does not create the same dynamism as cells. As for sperm, it is the most potential cell that Mother Nature gives us. We can compare it to diamond, a stable compound and extremely solid structure. It is the hardest thing. And it is also the most valuable thing if you know how to use it properly, such as to create children. That is the wonderful thing that life gives us. But if you waste it to serve for other purposes such as masturbation or to get on the bed sheet at a motel, that's how you can't control yourself and waste your body's diamonds. Look at material things over all aspects of life. Are all chemical reactions, and everything is energy. For example, it takes a lot of energy to create an epithelial cell. And if you create a cell called a sperm, the amount of energy the body has to expend will be very different. Scientifically proven in Oriental medicine, there is a formula like this: every 40 g of blood, the body produces 1 g of sperm. Every 40 g of sperm produces 1 g of bone marrow. Every 40 g of bone marrow is metabolized and processed into 1 g of brain cells. Scientists have also said that if you consume too much porn and masturbate, your brain will shrink, causing you to have reduced memory and poor ability to handle situations. So look at your life goals. When you want to invest your energy, you need to know how to allocate energy appropriately. Each of us only has a certain amount of energy, and if you want to develop your mental power, You need to limit your energy to produce sperm, and no matter what goal you're using it for, it depends on your life goals. Everything is fundamentally transformed, so it is clear that you know your own potential very well. If you know how to discover your own strength, you can completely control your life according to your wishes. Let's say I give you all the ingredients to cook sliders, the same ingredients for all the varieties, and you think we're all going to make the same sliders. Definitely not. Right? That's right. With 50 people, you're going to make 50 different types of sliders from the same ingredients. That's what happens to all of us. Now we all have the same basic ingredients, but let's see how different we are. It means depending on how smart you are, what skills you will guide yourself to develop like that. Second, what effect does education have on your life spiritually? When they follow the instructions of the law of cause and effect, there is a huge difference between doing what we like and doing necessary work. When you do the necessary work, you will no longer choose emotionally that I like this and I don't like that. If you get rid of this limitation, 90% of the problems in your life will disappear. Is solved because the business creation machine is the basis of rapid emotions. I like this, I don't like that, I love this, I support that. Once you divide the creation as possible, your abilities are also limited to your level of awareness, and everyone's awareness is limited. Once you reach the dimension that we call the origin of creation, everything will be out of your hands, and then you are designing to achieve what you desire. Pay attention to the little things around you. Around you, focusing on your every thought and feeling. We are constantly creating exciting feelings full of our power by expressing our feelings of love. You are constantly building walls that limit yourself, and this is also true for education. The more you love it, the more quickly you are forced to do it. It also means that you are letting go of your self-discipline and not being able to control your desires when you are born. Being a human being is the reason our biology is not the most important part of our ability to live life, the part that cannot be made to develop your intelligence, so that it is the one that comes first. Your life, and if you become that conscious, direct your life in the direction of that conscious, and consciousness should not be a secondary part of your physiological needs. The physiological aspect is only important for one thing for them. Hypersexuality is okay because it's all they know, but the physiological aspect should not be an important part for humans. It should only be a small part of our lives. This does not mean that they deny completing it, but we should not encourage it. As much as it is enough for you, you are the one who knows best when we are born and present in this life. Not to explore your physiological side. Don't waste your precious treasure of time with the physiological side, because it will lower your capabilities. An organism that has evolved to have its own intelligence like humans must go beyond physiology. Look at the species intelligence that only works because of physiological instincts: how to get food, how to collect food. It sucks you into life. It's as simple as that. If human information works the same way, then you are unnecessarily reversing the chemical process. There's a story about a female Buddhist with a Buddhist heart who knew how to care for the suffering and pain of her relatives on the outside. She saw her younger brother marry an undisciplined wife who only knew how to play around and indulge in lust. Indifferent to her husband, while her younger brother is a gentle and honest person who knows how to take care of his wife. The husband was confused and didn't understand. He scratched his head awkwardly. Seeing that, the wife quickly said that if the teacher's hand was always held like that, he would look like a person with a strange habit. The Zen master asked again, "My lady, what if my hand is stiff like this every day?" The wife replied nonchalantly that this shape is also strange. The Zen master smiled and said that you are right, these are all strange. Weird. If someone only knows how to enjoy themselves and does not care about anyone who does not know how to accumulate virtue and do good deeds, then that person is as strange as a hand that only knows how to show off, and vice versa, someone who only knows how to be one-sided. If you don't know how to let go, that's a weird thing. Everything in life needs harmony and balance. Just like money needs to circulate, life needs to flow. When you need to let go, you should let go. When you need to hold, you should hold. When you need to do good deeds to help others, you should do them. When you need to change bad habits, you should change them according to the situation and behave accordingly, otherwise it's just weird. After hearing this, both husband and wife immediately felt ashamed. Comment: some people in the world are greedy and insatiable, some are stubborn and conservative, some are self-indulgent and some are stubborn, all of which are not living according to the natural laws of life that require military effort. Humans need to practice and change to create a long-term flow, and the last thing is why the more we desire, the more we go in the direction of unhappiness. Happiness can only be found when there is peace. If you can do something without peace in your mind and body, how can you be happy? When we visit fame, fortune, and lust, it means we are being enticed and controlled by it. We'll constantly be fluctuating. The fluctuations are emotions of anxiety, fear, and sadness, so it is difficult for you to have peace and happiness. But when you are no longer attached to those things, it means you are free from the grip of the mind and not controlled by it. We think that enjoying sensual pleasures means we are satisfied and that is happiness. But it is conditional happiness, which means you have to have this or that to feel happy, and when you don't have it you feel extremely miserable, which is an unstable and unreal happiness because of the price of happiness. That happiness costs you a lot. So how do we let go of lust? The Buddha once compared some of the disasters of sensual pleasures, such as the following: lust is a bare bone. When a dog gnaws the bone without any flesh left, it roars forever without being satisfied. Such satisfaction means that sensual pleasures make us always feel hungry and it makes us miserable. Desire is like a bundle of rice and straw held against the wind, and when the fire goes against the wind, your hand will definitely burn. Sensual pleasure is a pit of embers that will burn to the ground if we play with it. Lust is a poisonous snake. If you play with it, you will be bitten to death. Relaxation and peace can only come when you are not greedy and will not be controlled by anything that will lead you to depravity and suffering. Don't be greedy to let yourself be free, and when nothing can tie you down, we can feel happiness immediately, which is the truest and most lasting happiness. I would like to pause this video here. Thank you for watching. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel so more people know. See you again in the next videos.